So now you're sitting there wondering and saying, what's an RSAT? I don't want to be an RSAT, but you haven't really told me what one is. So right here, right now, I'm about to give you a little education. I'm going to go through some examples, and hopefully you'll be able to pick out where I've gone and been a complete and total douche. I'm playing a game, and one of my teammates has come up with a plan. Everyone comes up with a plan. My teammate thinks it's the greatest plan ever. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but my plan's going to let us win, and we're going to be able to do it in style. Why doesn't everyone want to use my plan? What's the point of winning if you can't do some sick tricks? Guy's an idiot. He didn't factor me into his plan at all, my positions and my moves. And I told him not to do it, but he ran off and did it anyway. What a bloody idiot. See, that's not what we should be doing here. For the most part, it's a reasonable thought process, and it's how an awful lot of arguments start in games. At that point, what a bloody idiot, that's when the swearing starts, and the raging begins, and you start bragging about how his mum's a slut, which probably isn't true. I'm sure she's a very nice lady. If we're playing a team game somewhere, anywhere, there's gonna be internal conflicts, and that's just the nature of it. Everyone's able to come up with their own game plan, and that's good, because multiple brains can plan around the same situation very differently. That's why armies have more than one general. More brains means more creativity, and hopefully a better strategy. We don't want it to get to this point. I'm sure you don't either, because being angry isn't fun. You're angry. Catching yourself before it gets to this point can make all the difference, and will ultimately make everyone happier. If your thoughts start to snowball into the other person getting more and more inferior, that's when you need to stop. You've got to be open-minded in these situations as well. Teams will always require people in different roles. In League of Legends, for example, there are 5 positions per team. Usually it's a top, a mid, an ADC, a support, and a jungle. If you don't know exactly what that is, that's alright. You just need to appreciate that each of these roles requires a different style of play. Everyone's going to be better at a different position, but if you've locked it into your head that you're going to be mid, only mid, nothing but mid, you've already stopped helping this team. Every community has its methods of choosing who does what role, and if you miss out on yours, it's just a game. But it's a team game, so do what benefits the team. Missing out on mid and then purposefully sabotaging your team is not the way to go about proving your point. You just need to have an open mindset to stop this from happening. If you can go into these games with an open mind, being prepared to adapt to different people and opinions and plans, you should be able to keep it together in such a way that nobody's experience gets damaged. At the end of the day, all you really need to know is that if you do this shit, or you immediately start lashing out at those you're playing with, you failed as a human being. But more importantly, you failed as a community member. Our next video, if you're still with us, which you hopefully are because we're trying to help, we'll discuss alternatives to swearing and having a go at someone's mum. So don't go anywhere.